Good afternoon, I'm Josh Duncan, and these are some of the top headlines out of the KelownaNow newsroom today. It looks like a new wine attraction in Kelowna will be taking a step closer to reality next week. During their weekly meeting on Monday, Kelowna Council will be asked to support a zoning bylaw that would allow for the creation of a new wine village in the McKinley Beach area. It's proposed to have 15 to 20 tasting suites, each representing a local vintner that would be producing wine at location as well. The facility would also have a crush pad, a custom filtration system, and a bottling line, as well as 2 designated areas for vineyard planting. If councillors approve the amendments needed next week, only a development permit and liquor license applications would stand in the way of the start of construction, and you could potentially expect to see that open towards the end of next year. Kelowna's newest park is open, and the city calls it a key link in the vision of the Mill Creek Corridor. Mayor Tom Dias and 4 councillors joined a bunch of kids from St. Joseph's Catholic School to officially unveil the new park on Wednesday. It's located right beside the school, just west of Ethel Street and Burn Avenue. It is, of course, called Burn Park. Has an incredible climbing structure, some other classic playground equipment, as well as open lawns, picnic tables, shaded areas. Mill Creek flowing right through it as well, which is quite lovely. According to the city, the park design also supports the restoration of riparian habitat, improved flood mitigation, and enhancement of sensitive ecosystem habitats along the Mill Creek corridor. This is all part of the Lower Mill Creek Linear Park Strategic Plan, which aims to create a continuous and connected linear park along Mill Creek from Okanagan Lake to Parkinson Rec by the year 2044. That means basically you'd be able to walk along Mill Creek from the lake to Parkinson Rec in central Kelowna in the next decade or two, and that is very cool stuff. Mayor Tom Dias was at the park yesterday morning, but this morning, he was at the new Royal Canadian Legion Branch 26, their new facility. Branch 26 used to call a building downtown home, but it was unfortunately destroyed in that whole mess with the UBCO tower. Now they're in their new digs, though, at the corner of Ethel and Wilson, and it was shown off this morning as they officially kicked off the 2025 Poppy campaign. As per tradition, Dias was the first in Kelowna to receive a poppy, and volunteers will begin to distribute them around the city on Friday. The new space is larger than their old one. It has 2 levels for activities and offices, an improved kitchen, dining room, games room coming, a whole bunch of great stuff in there for both the veterans and the public, as it is open to the public, open to all. Or at least it will be once they finish off the final details of the games room in the basement, which will happen soon. So buy a poppy over the next few days and go check out the new Legion space in a few weeks once they're ready for it. Today, the Canada Border Services Agency and RCMP announced a major seizure of precursor chemicals from all the way back in May. It happened at the Tsawwassen Container Examination Facility over 2 days, with officers flagging 2 marine containers from China on the 13th and 15th of May. Those are both destined for Calgary, but instead they were redirected for further examination in BC. During that process, 60 clear jugs and 20 blue drums were found. They contained 3,600 liters of butanediol, used to make GHB, or the date rape drug, 500 liters of propionyl chloride. I'm not good at pronouncing these drugs, but that is used to make fentanyl apparently, and then 200 liters of something called gamma-butyrolactone or something like that. Either way, all bad stuff, but it has been seized by the Border Agency and the RCMP, and the investigation into the seizure is ongoing. Wrapping up in sports, the Kelowna Rockets made a blockbuster trade this morning in hopes of shoring up a defense core that has been a little bit porous to begin the year. They acquired 18-year-old blue liner Peyton Kettles from the Swift Current Broncos in exchange for fellow blue liner Jackson Gillespie, a first-rounder in 2027, second-rounder in 2026, second-rounder in 2029, fourth-rounders in 26 and 29 as well. It is a very big package going the other way, but Kettles should be a major piece of the Memorial Cup roster. The towering 6'6" blue liner was a second-round pick, 39th overall of the Pittsburgh Penguins just this past summer. He represented Canada at the 2024 Hlinka Gretzky Cup, helped that squad to a gold medal. Unfortunately, he is serving his last game of a suspension for a hit to the head that he obviously happened when he was with the Broncos, so he will not be making his Rockets debut this weekend. He is expected to be in the lineup, however, in Rockets colors for the first time on Wednesday, November 5th, when the Rockets are in Penticton to take on the Vs. A little look at the forecast here. Gorgeous out there right now. We're at a high of 10 degrees under mainly sunny skies. Clouds, however, going to roll in overnight. It's going to set up a bit of a gloomy Friday, a high of 8 with a small chance of showers in the afternoon. Don't believe it's going to be too wet during the typical trick-or-treat hours, though. Should just be a spit of rain here and there. We will double-check that forecast tomorrow for you. That is it for me today, but you can read up on all these stories and plenty more at KelownaNow.com. Be sure to check us out on social media as well. KelownaNow.com on TikTok, KelownaNow on X, Now Media Group on YouTube, and our new Facebook and Instagram accounts as I have been pushing the last few weeks. Best of Kelowna Now for both of those. We would love to get you as a follow on Facebook and Instagram. And on that note, I'll remind you this is my second to last news broadcast in this form. Some may have noticed, but I'm starting to do shorter, punchier editions on TikTok and Instagram. People seem to be consuming a little more, liking it a little more, so I'm going to transition to that full time after this week. That means one last broadcast in this form tomorrow afternoon. See you then.
We don't just report the news, we live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.